to the live music review. Shout out. Like I said, welcome to the live music review. I'm your host, Juggernaut, a multi-platinum production team, Arkatech Beatz. Shout out to my partner, Mike Trauma D. Ski, what up? I'm here. Welcome. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribing. I am your host, Juggernaut, a multi-platinum production team, Arkatech Beatz. Shout out to my partner, Mike Trauma D. We are responsible for producing for your favorite rapper, Big Pun, Nas, Prodigy, and Mobb Deep, Jada Kiss the Game, Waka Flocka Flame, Killer Mike, Max B, French Montana, Wiz Khalifa, 2 Chainz coming soon, Lloyd Banks. Music reviews tonight. We're just waiting for the algorithm to heat up a little bit. What up? Thanks for joining. We're doing live music reviews. Listen, man, if it's your first time here, man, welcome. For those who know who I am, like I said, I'm Juggernaut, a multi-platinum production team, Arkatech Beatz. Shout out to my partner, Mike Trauma D. We are responsible for producing for your favorite rapper's favorite rapper, Big Pun, Nas, Prodigy, and Mobb Deep. The Game, Killer Mike, Max B, Coke Wave 3.5 out now with French Montana. We're responsible for the record called Me Too. If you never heard that, go check that out. It's out right now, Coke Wave 3.5. Cosmo Brothers coming soon, man. You know what I'm saying? We're out here. We're still working. Shout out to all the folks that we've been working with, folks that we have worked with, folks that we still are working with. And what are we doing? We're doing live music reviews. Now, what's happening with the live music reviews? We're basically looking for new artists, of course, always looking for new artists. That's how our career has lasted as long as it has. It's because we've always been on keep our ears to the street, listening to new stuff, new artists. We're also looking for people to collaborate, producers to collaborate. If you're a first-time producer here, make sure you're checking out our school community. I am teaching the music business, man. Remember now, 30 years in the music business. Like I said, I've worked with the best of hip-hop, man, period. Point blank, period. Full stop. I have worked with the best that hip-hop has had to offer. Point blank, period. Full stop. Right? But then, check us out at school.com/Future Producer Society. There we're kind of teaching the game, MPC, teaching the MPC music production. We're doing, AI stuff there. We're doing all stuff music business, showing folks how to, understand music publishing, copyright, song administration. We're going to everything over there. You know what I'm saying? E-commerce, everything in there. Callie in here. What up, man? Frank, what's happening with you? Classical the Great, thank you for joining, man. Ike, what up, man? Kevin, what up, man? Thanks for you guys for joining. We're about to jump into some music in just a hot second. I have some skips in here. I want to make sure we're listening to some stuff. And we're just listening to some music, man. Make sure y'all sharing it live. Doing all the good stuff. We're going to listen to some joints tonight. What am I looking for? I'm listening to all genres. The school link is on the screen, school.com/Future Producer Society. I'll drop it into the chat. But for everybody who's looking to join that, man, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, we're there trying to teach the music business. I'm teaching it. It's free to join. We're just trying to make folks learn this game because, I really don't like people being taken advantage of in the music business. You know what I'm saying? So for those who know about me, they know that I'm here. I'm an advocate for producers. I'm an advocate for people learning their music business. It's a big thing for me. I've been in this thing for a long time. I've seen people being taken advantage of on all types of levels, and I don't like to see that. So I want to be in a position where I can help folks to learn. You can check out some of our materials on arkatechbeatz.com in terms of our newsletter. We have over 5,000 members there who have joined that. We just do a lot of stuff that's trying to help folks, let folks understand what's happening with this. This music business is tough, but at the same time, it can be very rewarding for those who can really stick with it and keep in the game. So I want to jump into these reviews. And what am I listening for with these reviews? I'm listening for, we're listening for song structure. That's probably the most important thing. Song arrangement, listening for melodies, listening for songwriting skills, kind of beat acumen, trying to see how guys are putting their music together. It's not really a genre thing. I kind of listen to all genres. It's not really a genre thing. It's really me just trying to give folks the feedback as it relates to how can we get your music to a commercially and consumer viable position. And I think that's probably something that I like to offer uniquely here. And the feedback that we try to do is we try to make sure that we're giving stuff that's constructive for folks to learn from that. Now, at the same time, we've had over 1,000 submissions on this in this queue. So, I'm only going to be on for maybe a little bit for an hour. Like I said, we're working on real projects in real time. Go check out that Max B in French, Montana. It's out now. Coke Wave 3.5. You know what I'm saying? I got a Max B and Wiz Khalifa out now. You know what I'm saying? Well, not out now officially, but unofficially. But, we're doing stuff in real time, man. So just for folks that kind of understand what's happening with us in the real world, it's real music production, real credits, real Nas, real Prodigy. Just real stuff that we've always done. Real Raekwon, all that other stuff. Richie, what's happening with you, man? Richie Stone Cold, what's happening with you? We're going to listen to this first joint called Back Down by Verge. Did I listen to this? Let me make sure. Let me listen to it, make sure. Benjamin, what's up, man? Randy, what's up?
Up on my waist, money on the table. I just want some sauce, ketchup for the mayo. Flew right overseas, baby, San Diego. Been up on my shit, baby, fuck a label. 100 kept the real, man, through all the years. Always tried to learn from the pioneers. Still didn't get the message, I should dry my ears. I can wait till I shine when the drama finally clears, so I can get my focus on. I'm writing one of the dopest songs. This music's one of the closest phones I found what I've been holding on. And I never was just showing off, posing for the cameras. Fuck you in the glamorous, this real shit, I can handle this. I kill shit, fuck the championships. Never been a fan of this, off my dick and man a bitch. Watch the industry collapse, only blood, sweat and tears when I put this shit on wax.
This is a song called Back Down. Looked like he hadn't finished his record. I guess if I had to give the feedback on this, I would say that he needed to start this record sooner. We gave up too much what I would call musical real estate in the beginning. If you notice, we did the whole intro, and he went about almost 40 seconds before he came into the record. So he went almost 40 seconds before he actually got into the song, man. And you know, for me, that's a big no-no. You really can't give up this much real estate in this day and age. You have to. I don't know if it was just a beat. I don't know if he was rapping. I'm not sure what was happening in this record, and it took too long for him to get to it. Listen, if you're in this business, the main thing is to get right to it, man. You start with your strongest part of your song always. That's my advice to you. If you're a producer in here, just say, for example, if you're a producer and you're playing music for an artist and you're trying to get it placed, like you can never go 30, 40 seconds before the record actually starts. You know, you have all this intro and this elaborate stuff going on. These guys are not going to wait for that. These guys want to hear the most important part of the song. You probably got about 4 bars before you're supposed to come in either with the hook or the verse. And this is supposed to be the strongest part of your record. We got to start with that so that we can keep people engaged and keep artists engaged before they start clicking the next button on you. Because that's really what's going to happen is they're going to click the next button on you. In this day and age, folks are going to swipe past your content because you haven't started anything left. So even when he starts to rap, it's like, okay, he has a decent cadence, he has a decent voice, he has a decent flow, but we don't get to hear all of that because it's too far down into the record, and we don't want to have that happening for you. So when he actually starts rapping, he actually sounds pretty decent. And remember, if we're doing freestyles here, even if it's one verse, we want to make sure that it's sandwiched between a hook or something that resembles a hook, right? Just to make sure that it's put in some sort of song format so that people can, you know, continue to listen to it, to have something to draw them back. And the hook is what draws people back. And if we don't have that, you really don't have anything when it comes to these songs, man. So shout out to Verge for sending this in to me, man. I want to hear it when it's complete. So, you know, when guys get complete records, make sure you send them to me after you employ the feedback. And we have a few guys that, you know, listen to the joints. You said 900 songs, though? Yeah, it's been open. This queue has been open for a few weeks. And what happens here is I listen when I get a chance to listen to it. And then when I'm in and I'm here, and we're streaming on all platforms at the same time. So everything is at Kick, Twitch, X, Facebook, YouTube, everything at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all go check out that Coke Wave 3.5, Narcos, Max B, French Montana with production by us. Go listen to our catalog if you're not familiar with us. Lloyd Banks, Meek Mill, Killer Mike, Freddie Gibbs, Sci-Hi the Prince, Nas, Prodigy of Mobb Deep. So that's why the queue is so large, brother. Thank you. Listen, I'm going to listen to this joint called Mozart by Soak. This is a skip, man, and he looks like he might have put it in like maybe early last night. You know what I'm saying? If you submit now, yes, I'm gonna be on for the next 45 minutes, give or take. So anything that's being submitted now through a skip, I'll get to it.
You ain't used to the presence of a boss, baby. Whole room going quiet when the dawn enter. I got too much money to be showing effort. Top dog, and I don't see no successors, just justice. Watering that family tree, branching off, still no one leaves. I follow dreams, I don't go shopping for my self-esteem. Non-apologetic, I just sit back and supply the team. Profits measured by the quality that I provide the streets. Got a QC each pack, shit, now we gotta eat. I'm high as fuck with tester blunts, I'm working, don't got time to sleep. Vacuum seal after vacuum seal, letting products speak. Need a scissor for the vacuum seal, I'm breaking lots of teeth. No long talking, now we ain't chopping if your wallet cheap. I only make a point, I don't wanna speak. Even when they grabbing two, gotta always clutch a piece. Working on the fraction system, guaranteed the math increase. Actually, I could lose it on, still reboot from a cold start. I could see 1,000 rappers, but could see no heart. I don't write the hook, I compose it like Mozart. Till the money running through the fam like a Sozar. You in the dead water, sit around with them loan sharks. She did a little bump, bitch, go brush your nose off. And if we get it one more time past the Coast Guard, these hoes gon' walk all up on the boat. boat with their clothes off. Now all my sections roped off my cause conference. One big desk in a tall office. The pussy free but the hoes costly. I wouldn't be who I am if I stumbled from them small losses. I don't need streams for income, I got streams of income. I'm chasing chicken like I'm Peter Griffin. I'm seeing triplets, I'm gon' need assistance. I'm top spot running, who else here competing that gon' go the distance? I outwork you, out-earn you, out-burn you. The head stash green but the work purple. Can't hit me back, I will not serve you. Ain't no love in this game, I got a small circle. I could lose it on, still reboot from a cold start. I could see 1,000 rappers, but could see no heart. I don't write the hook, I compose it like Mozart. Till the money running through the fam like a Sozart. You in the dead water, sit around with them loan sharks. She did a little bump, bitch, go brush your nose off. And if we get it one more time past the Coast Guard, these hoes gon' walk all up on the boat with their clothes off.
I think that might be the end of the record. So Richie, man, this got a cool groove like you're saying, and I feel like he could have a little bit more. I feel like he could have some effects on his vocal. His vocal to me sound a little bit dry, you know what I'm saying? And you can kind of hear, like, I feel like you can hear the room in his mic. I don't know if I'm tripping, but this kind of feels like I can hear that. Hopefully we can kind of get that fixed in the mix in somehow, some way. But outside of that, right? Let's listen to this record from what it really, let's really break down this record in terms of what he's spitting on here. First of all, he got good raps. As far as I'm concerned, I heard a few slick lines that I thought kind of stood out on in this track. I think my issue with this record is the hook, right? He has a hook on here, but it's an 8-bar rap hook, right? And for those who are in my live stream, man, you guys can understand that, 8-bar rap hooks work, but they don't work, right? They work in the context of, you got everything going in terms of the rap, but they don't really work in terms of replay value, right? And if you think about your biggest songs are always going to have what we call a 4-bar and repeat. They go for 4 bars, they repeat to make an 8-bar hook. And that's typically the way that I would tell folks to structure their hooks. So if we listen back to his hook, and I want everybody to pay attention to it, because this is not just a thing that is happening in the current song that we're listening to. This is something that happens, kind of repetitively, and is pervasive through the songs that we've listened to for the guys who have been in my groups that we've been listening to. This is pervasive. This is an issue that people seem to continue to have, and I don't understand why it's happening, right? Because if you listen to modern music, if you're listening to the best albums of all time, if you're going to listen to Thriller or anything else, they repeat, right? So let's listen to what we're talking about.
All time past the Coast Guard, these hoes sit around with them loan sharks. She did a little Sosa. You in the dead water, sit around with them loan sharks. She did a little bump, bitch, go brush your nose off. And if we get it one more time past the Coast Guard, these hoes gon' walk all up on the boat with their clothes off.
Alright, so that's the end of the hook.
I
right?
compose it like Mozart. To start, I could see 1,000 rappers back, I will not serve you. Ain't no love in this game, I got a small circle. I could lose it on, still reboot from a cold start. I could see 1,000 rappers, but could see no heart. I don't write the hook, I compose it like Mozart. Till the money running through the fam like a Sozart. You in the dead water, sit around.
It should have ended right there and then repeated, right? Like, he named the song Mozart. Mozart is in the first 4 parts of the record. Let's take that and let's repeat that, right? So now what he does is he goes into another part of the hook, which is kind of a sing-songy thing, which is cool, but it doesn't necessarily have the replay value. And then on the next level too, like, we have to make sure that we're doing something vocally to make it stand out from the rest of the record, right? Do we do a little bit of stacks? Do we do some more ad-libs? Do we do some effects? You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things that we have to make sure that we're creating some sort of differentiation between, or segmentation between, the hooks and the verses. If we don't have that, man, we're not having something that stands out, and we need it to stand out. And if it doesn't stand out, there's no replay value, people. The only way that you're going to generate any income in the music business is through what? Replay value. That's where radio play comes in. That's where right now it's streaming. So if it doesn't have replay value, if the hook doesn't have a replay value, if the hook doesn't repeat itself, if we don't get people mesmerized by the hook, right, and it's not sandwiched in between two good verses, like we don't have that replay value, and guess what? We're not able to generate any income, at least not long term, right? You'll get a one and done, and then you know how hard it is to get people to click on your song, listen to your song, and the amount of money that you would have to spend to get a one and done, you can't make the money back up through promotion. It's like a black hole. You'll be promoting. People don't listen to it more than once. There's no way for you to get a return on your income, right? So, shout out to my man Soaks for sending this to me. I would like to hear this hook sound a little bit different. I also want folks to just pay attention. Just making sure that we're keeping maybe 8 to 12 bars in the verses. Let's make sure we're not going beyond that. But that's Mozart, man, by my man Soch. I'm going to jump into this next joint as a paid skip. Who's in the building? DJ Mike, are you in the building? Tell me you're in the building. I think you was just here trying to submit something. Right? He said, new release dropping tomorrow. Still don't feel real. So he said he's dropping his record tomorrow. I guess he's trying to give us a little preview of what's to come, man. Let's hear it, man. Let's go, man. Shout out to you. Thank you for jumping in. Let's listen.
This is a DJ Mike joint.
Is it AI?
I remember sleeping on a mattress on the floor, hearing arguments I couldn't ignore. Mama crying through a closed bedroom door. Swore to God I'd give her something more. Used to ride with the gas on E, trying to make it to a place I'd be. Now the tank stay full, but it's still that kid inside me asking what this life really is. They ain't see all the nights I prayed, all the doubt that I hid away, all the times I almost gave up, but something in me just wouldn't break, yeah. Now they see me shine, they don't know the cost. Every wing got built from a loss, yeah. And it still don't feel real, I swear. All this money, all this self. I was down, now I'm way up here, but I still got pain I carry. Still don't feel real sometimes. Look around like this life mine. I got everything I said I'd get, but I ain't feel finished yet, yeah. I done seen friends turn strangers quick, over money, over petty shit. Had to cut ties just to grow myself. Now my circle's small, but it's everything. I don't trust what they say, I watch what they do. Energy fake, I can't see right through. They wasn't there when the nights got cold. Now they act like they always knew. I remember days I ain't eat much. Now it's steak dinners, but I don't rush. Still got habits from being broke, like saving everything. I still don't feel real, I swear. All this money, all this set. I was down, now I'm way up here, but I still got pain I carry. Still don't feel real sometimes. Look around like this life mine. I got everything I said I'd get, but I ain't feel finished yet. If it all fall down, I rebuild again. I done been through worse, I'll win again, yeah. Every scar got a lesson learned, yeah. Every loss got a blessing in, yeah. I ain't perfect, I still got flaws. Still got nights where I fight my thoughts. Still got ghosts from a
You should have brought the hook in right back there. This song should be on its way out.
past life. Still got dreams I ain't chased enough, but I'm closer than I ever been, and I'm stronger than I ever was. If you knew what it took to stand, yeah, you would never question what I've done. Still don't feel real, I swear. All this money, all this set. I was down, now I'm way up here, but I still got pain I carry. Still don't feel real sometimes. Look around like this life mine. I got everything I said I'd get, but I ain't feel finished yet. Sometimes I sit in silence, no lights on, thinking about the road that I walked on, all the pain that I built my life from, all the nights I ain't think I'd last long. Now my name in rooms I dream about, but it feel like I'm still on that same couch, same doubts, just a different view, same fight, just a bigger move. If this everything, why I feel empty still? Why the winds don't hit like I thought they will? Maybe peace ain't found in the dollar bills. Maybe healing something you gotta build. So I keep going, I don't stand still, trying to find something this money can't fill. Yeah, made it out, but I'm climbing still, and it still don't feel real. I swear, all this money, all this set, I was down, now I'm way up here, but I still got pain I carry. Still don't feel real sometimes. Look around like this life mine, I got everything I said I did, but I ain't feel finished yet.
Yo, we're at almost 5 minutes on this. That's DJ Mike. Listen, if you, I need to know what you used to do it. Did you do it through Suno, or did you use something else? But for me, I like where your hook is at, and I like where these verses is at. The only thing that my issue with that is this is entirely too long. Like, I think that you could have, I think this record could have probably capped at maybe about like 3:15. You know what I'm saying? And because you have some sections here that are probably just overkill. You know what I'm saying? And I think when we're talking about, remember, we don't get any. We're not dealing with we're not dealing with. This is the extended cut. Okay. So if what I would say, if this is not the extended cut, then I guess it doesn't apply. But for those who may be listening and may have been watching what we're saying on here, this record is structured in a way that I typically would prefer, right? Which is, it has an intro, right, which is pretty strong. It starts off pretty good.
DJ Mike joint.
Right? Three, two, one.
I remember sleeping on a mattress.
Right. I probably would like to hear the hook in the beginning, right? And I tell folks to kind of test that out. Test it out where you have the intro going, and instead of coming in with the verse, go straight in with the hook, and then come in with the verse, and then see how that feels, right? And see if that creates what I would say. See if that creates more engagement, right? Because we can kind of test that by doing a song with taking the song and kind of putting maybe like the cover and putting it on the YouTube or something like that, where we can kind of see the spikes as to where, you know, in Instagram and stuff, we can see it. If we do it as a reel or stuff, we can see where people fall off and stuff like that, because we can start to test it. And start to A and B test it, and start to kind of feel like what's going to work on this. Should it go straight into the hook, or should it start with the verse? I typically like to tell folks to start off, you know what I'm saying, with the hook. And the reason why is because you have a strong hook. If you don't have a strong hook, then you might want to start off with the verse. But if you have a strong hook, start it off with it. See how that feels, right? This is going pretty good, right?
On the floor, hearing arguments I couldn't ignore. Mama crying through a closed bedroom door. Swear to God I'll give her something more. Used to ride with the gas on E, trying to make it to a place I'd be. Now the tank stay full, but it's still that kid inside me asking what this life really is. They ain't see all the nights I pray,
right?
All the doubt that
So these things are structured correctly right here, where you have that initial break where you're giving the vocalist and you're giving the music chance to breathe. This is where people get into your vocalist and your vocal performance. I don't think people really understand that that's the trick between stripping down the vocals in the beginning of a record. So that can we gravitate to your voice. can we get a chance to really listen? For those who know how to rap or for those who know how to sing, these are supposed to be the most important parts of the song, because this is where you get to showcase the talent. If you don't showcase the talent in here, you're going to lose the folks, right? So I always talk about, hey, are we vocally producing? Are we musically producing around the vocals? Are we giving the space? We talk about that we talk about that a lot, especially in our music production tutorials. We talk about giving space as producers. Give space for the vocal performance. If we don't have that, then that creates a situation where guys are fighting with the music and the music isn't married correctly, right? Listen, man, I understand, and this is the thing with Suno, and that's what I love about Suno, and I love about AI. AI in Suno gives us, a lot of us guys, who may or may not have been able to sing that good, right? Because that's me. I haven't been able to sing that good. But I always work with singers, right? Shout out to my man, Sean Anthony Baker. Shout out to, my wife and other people who sang with Raekwon and all this type of stuff. And you do all these songs, right? We work with Maya and stuff like that. And it was always hard to kind of articulate what I wanted to hear musically. And I think Suno helps to bridge that gap. Now, when we're listening to something like this, right? I feel like your verses are also spot on. You got 12 bars in the verses, so that's good for you on that. And then we're going into the hook. Let's go into the hook.
All the times I almost gave up, but something in me just wouldn't break. Yeah. Now they see me shine, they don't know the cost. Every wing got built from a loss. Yeah. 3, 2, and it still don't feel real, I swear. All this money, all this sell. I was down, now I'm way up here, but I still got pain I carry. Still don't feel real sometimes.
Now think about it. If we had started with the hook, we'd be into the hook twice, right? So now we would already be locked into that whole still don't feel real. It would have already been starting to be imprinted on a person's head, because now we've already listened to it twice. Right. And where did I tell you that I wanted the record to kind of start to end?
Every loss got a blessing in. Yeah. I ain't perfect, I still got flaws. Still got.
I think
every scar got a lesson learned. Yeah. Every loss got a blessing in. Yeah. I ain't perfect, I still got.
Right there, like right around this part is where we should be doing the last hook. And that, I guess, like how you have that last hook that goes out into the outro. If you can move that to around this area. Like scrap everything else, take that, move it to around here, keep all the other part of the ending. That would have put our record, give or take, about 3:15. You'd have shaved off maybe 1 minute and 15 seconds off this thing. And I think that gave us the perfect pocket for, a good amount of replay value on that. You see where I'm going with that? So, try it out in Suno Studio, right? I would tell you to try it out. And we'll be back on tomorrow at 8 p.m., right? After you try it out, just move it around, listen to it for a little bit, drive to it, see how that bitch feel in the ride, right? Drive around, feel it. Tell me how it feel after you do all of that. You know what I'm saying? Tell me how it feel, and you tell me if it worked for you. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live, man. This is DJ Mike. Make sure y'all follow him. His joint is on the screen. When your guys are submitting y'all records, make sure y'all submitting y'all socials like DJ Mike did so people can find it. Because you don't never know who's listening or who's watching. Because, on my Instagram, there'll be a lot of people in my Instagram. You just don't know who's watching and when, you know what I'm saying? You just never know. Shout out to you, DJ Mike. Thank you for submitting. C Smooth, you up next, man. He did a paid skip. And like I said, man, if I'm going to be on for about another 25 minutes. So if anybody's looking to try to get themselves listened to now during the live, now is the time. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of songs in the queue, almost 400 active. We've had almost 1,000 submissions in here overall. And right now we're listening to this joint now. It's called Jump by C Smooth. Let's go, C Smooth, man. DJ Mike on Spotify.
I want to stack that bitch too, though. Like, I want that bitch to jump out the speakers.
Jump right in the booth and let the beat talk. Big truck, sitting up, tinted up, kitted up. Well deserved, I used to be in the streets walking. Now I'm big ballin', run it up, count it up. I can't stop smiling after making that deposit. Had to manifest it, everything I want, I got it. Foreign whip riding, my bitch got the sickest body. Shawty fine as hell, why your bitch look like Dennis Rodman? I'm private jet flying, estate living, my cake different. Got my lady with me in villas feeding me grapes, nigga. Got a babysitter, a nanny, chef, and a grave digger. Play my hand, you can't bite this authentic, you plagiarism. Keep on playing, put your ass in the clinic for playing with us. Buckshot for all you bird ass niggas who playing victim. I'm the man now, and I ain't even got the time no more. Do you not see this fly designer shit that I put on, bitch? I jump right in the booth and let the beat talk. Big truck, sitting up, tinted up, kitted up. Well deserved, I used to be in the streets walking. Now I'm big ballin', run it up, count it up. I can't stop smiling after making that deposit. Had to manifest it, everything I want, I got it. Leather seat riding, my bitch got that beach body. You can't see me drop the window, watch me creep by you. Now I'm gone, used to be lowest nigga on totem pole. Name heavy, feel that shit in your knees, need cortisone. I'm a sight to see, you say you hot as me, you lied to me. A locomotive doing full speed, tell me what's stopping me. Not even possibly, nigga, what's in that cup that you sipping? You niggas gotta be tripping, I ain't with the camaraderie. I'm moving totally different, I'm staying socially distanced, I'm really sicker than all of you niggas. Call a doctor for this disease, only cure is the microphone. Ain't no bad bitch ass bitch ever get me out of my zone. While you busy watching me, I was busy watching the throne. 9 cameras, 5 Doberman pinches watching my home. Cause I know to be the closest ones to you that do you wrong. But still, I know this shit could get real, I keep it chill. Practicing meditation and sharpen up on my skills, oh yeah. Come with 100 mil and you for real, I'ma jump right in the booth and let the beat talk. Big truck, sitting up, tinted up, kitted up. Well deserved, I used to be in the streets walking. Now I'm big ballin', run it up, count it up. I can't stop smiling after making that deposit. Had to manifest it, everything I want, I got it. You can try me and find your body and you can slide it. Got your bitch behind that tent getting sloppy toppy. Jump right in the booth and let the beat talk. Well deserved, I used to be in the streets walking.
Yo, who did it be? Yo, this all right. Listen, shout out to C Smooth, man. This one is called Jump, man. I want you to hear me out on where I'm going to go with this record and how I'm going to review this record from a vantage point of the vantage point that I'm going to give it from the vantage point that I'm in. And you have to understand now. You got to understand where I'm coming from now, right? I've been in the room with Big Pun. I've been in the room with Prodigy. I've been in the room with Nas. I've been in the room with Raekwon, Chef. I've been in the room with some of the best rappers of ever, right? I just want to put that, Killer Mike, so many others. I want you just to be clear when I'm talking, you know what I'm saying? You know, don't take it no kind of way at all, right? This is me trying to give the feedback to kind of make sure that you're going where you're going. You got some dope lyrics. You got some dope energy on this record, right? I like your control. I like your flow, right? These are the things that are important for rappers to be able to kind of get to where they got to go in terms of being able to have the right type of voice, the right type of cadence, the right type of breath control, right? Being able to spit with a certain amount of confidence on that shit. And that's what I like that's coming on this record, pause, right? Well, my issue is this hook. And I think, I'm gonna illustrate to you where I think we can get better with this hook.
I want that bitch to jump out the speakers.
Jump right in the booth and let the beat talk. Right. Big truck, sitting up, tinted up, kitted up. Well deserved, I used to be in the streets walking. Now I'm big ballin', run it up, count it up.
Repeat that. Now we jump, we repeat that, right? And we got to make sure that we're emphasizing that word jump. We got to find a way to get it in the ad-libs. We got to find a way to make sure that we're, getting this verse to feel a little bit more ad-libbed and or stacked so that it can stand out from the rest of your vocal performance. I need this to, I know we don't want it to sound like a crisscross jump. You know what I'm saying? We're not going there with that. But at the same time, if we name the song Jump, we have to create what we're creating with it that's going to be repetitive, redundant. We have to create that, right? So
Jump right in the booth and let the beat talk. Big truck, sitting up, tinted up, kitted up. Well deserved, I used to be in the streets walking. Now I'm big ballin', run it up, turn it up. I can't stop smiling after making that deposit. Had the man.
Because this part is cool, but it's not enough to repeat it because it just sounds like a continuation of the rest of the verses.
Manifested everything I want, I got it. Foreign whip riding, my bitch got the sickest body. Shawty fine as hell, why your bitch look like Dennis Rodman? I'm private jet flying, estate living, my cake different. Got my lady with me in villas feeding me grapes, nigga. Got a babysitter, a nanny, chef, and a grave digger. You play my hand, you can't bite this authentic, you plagiarism. Keep on playing, put your ass in the clinic for playing with us. Buckshot for all you bird ass niggas who playing victim. I'm the
I can't. Everything else to me, I like it. You know what I'm saying? Everything else to me, I like it. I just feel like the hook could be slightly stronger. And if we can get that hook to kind of just, do that 4 bars and repeat, and then have that hook like just a little bit more stacked to me. You know what I mean?
In the streets walking, jump right in the booth and let the beat talk.
Right, because it kind of sounds like it's a continuation of the verse. We have to do something to it vocally to make it stand out. Right. So this is the game. The game is now we got to play with stacks. We got to play with ad-libs. We got to play with doubles. We got to play with it to kind of make it sound slightly different from everything else that's the rest of the record. And everything else to me is rocking. Same thing I said, Richie. I said everything else to me is rocking, man. So see Smooth, man. This just came out, man. This is out for about a month, man. So you got a chance to make it to run it around a little bit. You know what I'm saying? If you have the chance to make those changes, I'm not sure if you already did. I'm not sure which DSP you're using because some DSPs will allow you to swap the audio if possible. But it's something, that's just my feedback on it. Outside of that, bro, I think you on to something, man. You know what I'm saying? We definitely would like to hear some more music, man. I like how this is going down. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live. That's C Smooth, man. That's a joint called Jump. Make sure y'all checking them out at C Smooth on Instagram. Listen, I'm starring these tracks, and I want guys to understand something that I'm working with some developers who are working on, like I said, a new music discovery platform that will be coming soon, hopefully within the next month or so. And they'll be taking some of the records that I recommend and putting them into that system for music discovery. So, look out for that. I'm trying to create an ecosystem where people can get discovered, where people's music can get better, and everything else around that. Yeah, if this hook was a little bit stronger, we will be having a different conversation, man. C Smooth, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for jumping into the live and submitting your songs. We're doing music reviews tonight, people. We're doing music reviews tonight, people. Yo, Richie, man, you're not for nothing, man. I got a bone to pick with you, man, and I'm gonna tell you, I got a bone to pick with you because you got an MPC a few weeks ago, and you ain't saying nothing about the MPC. You ain't saying nothing. You ain't put no music up. You ain't. What's really the deal, son? Like you got the new joint. Like where's the music at? You know what I'm saying? Like just trying to hear some stuff, man. I hope everything is good with you, man. I'm playing with you. Shout out to Richie Stone Cold, man. That's one of my day ones in this thing, man. Been rocking with me in this thing, man. Rocking with me on this journey, man. This journey of just creating these platforms and trying to, get people to learn and get people to, understand this music business. This music business is like, it's so crazy when it can be so crazy. And it can be so satisfying at the same time. And it's for me trying to create an ecosystem where artists and producers can kind of work together so that we can develop new things, so that we can basically, help people to get better help people to work out their business. I've had a lot of producers reach out to me to help them collect their money. Like, you know, so much guys who were like legacy producers like myself who got, you know, tens of thousands of dollars sitting on accounts at labels and don't know how to get them. And, you know, I was helping guys, just kind of work with guys and telling them, listen, how to get their money. And it's insane. You know what I'm saying? It's insane. And if there's not anybody that's here to help, man, if people don't understand the system, if they don't understand the administration, if they don't understand, like, okay, how do we submit these requests? How do we get all of our information updated? How do we get the vendor account set up? Like, how do we do everything? Like, people, like, they purposely make it convoluted so that the time can run out, right? So when the time runs out, guess what you can't do? You can't audit them. When the time runs out, guess what you can't do? You can't sue them. Statute of limitations is up. Like, so these are the games that people play. You know what I mean? And they will play them, you hear me? They will play them, and then what they'll try to do is they'll try to make it seem like it's your fault. But come on, you're supposed to send me your royalty statements. You're supposed to do this. You're supposed to do that. That's your job as the label. You know what I'm saying? And then you guys try to make it so, well, no, you didn't initiate it. What you mean I didn't initiate it? I initiated it when I signed the contract. You know what I'm saying? You guys are supposed to give me the accounting, you know, not whether or not, if you was able to give me a check in the beginning, you're able to send me a statement. You feel me? I mean, you have my information. You just decided not to use it, you know? So it's one of these things, man. There's a lot going on in the game. I just hope that people are really checking in. And this AI shit, I tell y'all, man, they're building this AI shit, and it's being built so fast. The tools are being built super fast. There are so many things that are going on that I'm hoping that people are paying attention to. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live. And, you know, let's really get this thing going, man. What's this going to be? This next joint is called I Don't Want to Be. Don't Want to Be by Jesse. Jesse Lashkey. Uh-oh. That's kind of dope.
Knocking, I've been knocking, and you keep saying to come on in, but you keep your keys hidden. Walking, I've been walking, and I've been going in circles, babe. Does it hurt that I'm hurt this way? I don't wanna be desperate anymore. I don't wanna be crying at your door, screaming, let me in, when you ain't gonna let me in. Running, I've been running, I've been wearing out all my cans. Do you just see me as a fan? Too late, you are too late. I can see past your weak disguise. Don't you know God reveals lies? I don't wanna be desperate anymore. I don't wanna be crying at your door, screaming, let me in, when you ain't gonna let me in. I don't wanna be a fool for you, no idea what's don't wanna be desperate anymore. I don't wanna be crying at your door, screaming, let me in, when you ain't gonna let me in, let me in.
That was pretty cool. That was Jesse Lasky. I don't want to be. You know, when I listen to that stuff, you know, if I didn't have the music video in front of me, I would have probably thought that was an AI. But then again, it could still be an AI with the music video these days. Like, you know, this shit is so advanced, man. Like, it's hard to tell. I thought that's a cool record. I don't you know, I feel like she has a decent voice. I feel like what I'm hearing in terms of the way that she's singing, I think that she sings, you know, pretty good on that. You know, the song is pretty clear in terms of what it wants to do. You know, it may not necessarily be, you know, where I would like it melodically in terms of ballad. But, you know, she wrote it the way that she wrote it, and it's technically sound, you know. And you can see that it has, you know, between the views, and it got about 46,000 views. And the way that it's going and the way that her visuals is going, it looks like she got something that she could put a few dollars behind. You know, it being a ballad, you know, it has a little bit more room to grow, and you could really work those type of records because, you know, you have a kind of a larger audience to work with as a ballad. So, you know, thank you for submitting, Jesse. I appreciate it. You know, it's different people watching, man. You know, it's definitely a blessing to, you know, to be watched by, you know, so many different demographics. You know what I mean? Yeah, and you know, one song can change your life. I tell people that all the time, man. One song, man. That's all it takes is one song. C Smooth, man. You still with me, man? I didn't see if you had heard my feedback. If you missed it, make sure you can check it on the YouTube replay. It's gonna be there for, you know, it'll be on YouTube, so you can basically you can hear it if you missed it. Rob Mully, what's happening with you, man? Rob Mully, what's happening with you? What else I got here? What's this record called? Fuck it. I'm afraid of what's going to sound like. D'Angelo. Let's see what it sounds like.
I'm looking for a partner in crimes and otherwise. We can do it solo or we can do it poly, like the woman wise. Girl, I see them thighs bouncing with that booty, switching side to side, got me hypnotized. Will you be my ride or even my side? How do you want it? Baby, let's ride. Baby, let's ride. Baby, let's ride. Baby, let's ride. A God need his goddess. I'm being real. I'm being honest. Raised to be cordial. Raised to be modest. Girl, you a baddie, a real bad bitch. Come here to daddy. I gotta have it. I wanna feel it. I wanna touch it. That shit is appealing. I wanna fuck it. I wanna fuck it. I wanna feel it. I wanna touch it. That shit is appealing. I wanna fuck it. I wanna fuck it. I wanna fuck it.
Yeah. It's like it's not quite it, dog. What probably is the disappointing thing for me is that, you know, he has a standout voice here. You know what I mean? He has a standout voice, and it's like what we're doing is we're reducing ourselves to, you know, like kind of sexy red shock value type shit, and I don't think that's gonna fly in rap anymore, man. I hope you guys are paying attention. I don't think that this shit is gonna fly in rap music anymore, dog. You know, I feel like, you know, you had J. Cole that dropped not too long ago, and you know, you see, you know, DJ Khaled and them, you know, dropping Future and these guys, and it's not getting this traction that it normally would have. You know, I think these type of records are, you know, they've played their course, and what I think people need to be afraid of is you know, if Drake and this Iceman record comes out, and if it's not like, they have to pray that it's not like a really rapidy rap. If he decides to rap on this, like, you know, and not really, you know, create the landscape that he normally does, it has kind of like, you know, more R&B and, you know, stuff like that. If he decides to rap on this shit, then I feel like, Boy Swagger, what up? I feel like then it's going to wind up, it's going to further cement and ice these guys out. And a lot of these guys who couldn't rap that good were being saved by the Drake feature. I'm just going to say it. That's the real shit. Like, the Drake feature was saving a lot of guys who really couldn't rap that good. You know what I'm saying? And now that he's not giving that to y'all, now that y'all have to make the songs and stand on your own, y'all can't deliver. You know what I'm saying? And this is what's real shit. Y'all can't deliver. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys are not rapping like Kendrick, if you guys are not rapping like Cole and Drake, like, it's going to be tough for y'all in the next few years. I'm telling you. All that mumble shit, all that other stuff, and all that vibe music. Like, yo, if you're not already established, like how, you know, Travis and maybe a few others, if you're not established, like, good luck, man. It's going to be real hard for a lot of you guys. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see the rise of the underground guys who could really rap. You're going to see the rise of these guys. You're going to see them building out these really hardcore, strong audiences. And you're going to see the shit, you're going to see the tide shift. It's not going to really be about that, you know, Billboard too tough. It's going to be about guys who can really hold their own in terms of rapping or really know how to make hit records, right? So either you know how to rap real good or you know how to make hit records. You're going to have to choose a lane. This type of stuff, all that shock value stuff, all this weird type of stuff in the middle, you ain't got no chance, man. And I can say that comfortably because I've been here 30 years. I've seen it come, I've seen it go. Pause. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it. I was here to witness the 90s rise. I was here to witness the ushering in of the trap music. I was here to watch the snap music. I was here to watch all of it come, and I watched most of it go. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You got to be around here long enough to be able to really have some data. And I've been around long enough to have the data. I've worked with enough artists to know, like, you know, I look at my catalog and I look at the songs from certain eras that don't perform well. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, these songs don't perform well during this era. I wonder why. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm starting to realize that this was the bot era. This was the era where guys were manipulating numbers. And it never was really what it was supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? So, thank you for submitting, man. And I think that's going to be my time for tonight. Shout out to my guys that jumped into my my future, like I said, my Future Producer Society. I had dropped an article in here, man, about the music industry creating the tools that's going to start going for the detection of AI. And, you know, it's not really about detection, it's about control. I want guys to really start paying attention. You know, they're creating the tools to control the output because they want to be the ones to profit off it solely. They don't want you to be able to create unlimited AI artists, and we weren't supposed to be the one creating AI artists and making money from the AI artists. They wanted to be the ones to control it. So that's why they're trying to create them safeguards. You know what I'm saying? They didn't think that we were going to do it that fast. They thought that you know, that they were going to be able to come in and you know, push out all of the artists, and that we weren't going to jump on the bandwagon and make AI artists and create that. Riz, what up, man? Shout out to you, man. Too good. What's up, man? So yeah, like, you know, I just want people to kind of watch out for this AI stuff. Pay attention, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, not just as a user, but, you know, just pay attention to the trends. Pay attention to what the labels are doing. Pay attention to what these guys are creating. You know what I'm saying? And just making sure that we can, you know, just benefit off it like the way they can benefit off of it. You know, a lot of guys out here playing games and this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? We back on the cook-ups tomorrow. You know, I just got to get some rest. I had the in-laws, in the building. I went to go see that Michael Jackson shit today with my kids and, my wife. And shout out to my man, Sean Baker. We went to go check out the shit. And the movie exceeded my expectations. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I ain't going to hold you. I really thought it was going to be really weak. I didn't really say that publicly, but in my brain, I'm like, this looks like it's going to be weak. But I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed it for what it was. We really don't get to really say, like, how great Michael Jackson really was. And, when a person can sell 100 million records at, the average cost of a record at $12.99 or $15, 100 million records, dog. It's, man, this is you know what I'm saying? It was, it's really a feat, man. And Jermaine Jackson's son Jafar, man. This guy was really really special in terms of his performance, in terms of him like embodying Michael, and he really did look like Michael, man. For a minute, I'm looking at this one and I'm like, whoa, this kid really looks like his uncle here, So, shout out to him. Shout out to my man Sean Anthony Baker, man. He was able to, be in the room with Antoine Fuqua and them, and do table reads with them, and as they were getting this movie produced, man. Shout out to y'all. If y'all look, if you know, man. We be everywhere, man. We be everywhere, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to my man Sean Anthony Baker, man, you know what I'm saying? He had the pleasure of, being in the room and, being part of that whole process. As getting started out. Shout out to Angela Gibbs. She's one of the his mentors. She in the movie as well. May 8th coming soon, Strength of Love. Shout out to Mila Williams from 702. Shout out to her. You know what I mean? I had to get my kids up on that 702 music because they're gonna get a chance to meet her. So I said, let me get my kids up on this 702 music. Let me listen to some of that music that's a little bit more kid friendly. Some of the good stuff. My daughter was slightly impressed. But anyhow, we back on the cook-ups tomorrow. We're back on the cook-ups tomorrow. I'm gonna throw in some Suno stuff for this week, and yeah, man, we about to get busy, man. We're about to get busy. We're going into a new month. Summer's coming soon, and a whole bunch of new projects coming 2 weeks before the Iceman shit come out. I think we're about to see another seismic shift in the music business. I hope y'all are ready for what we're about to see, man. Y'all be safe. Y'all be safe, man. And I will catch y'all on the next one tomorrow. Peace out.